split squat, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and so you'll see that the harder variations are kind of detailed in the wording on the reps and the sets. And so, but I'm going to show all three of them here. So what you're going to want to do at kind of the easiest version, and you can go higher than this, right? So when I'm at the barn, my favorite way of doing this is with a mounting block, right? Because it has descending levels of heights. So the higher it is, the easier it is on the hip flexor and the easier it is on the knee. The lower it is, the harder it is on the knee, harder it is on the hip flexor. So there's a couple things to think about. What you're going to do is on your back foot, you want to get on your toe. Don't be here, on the toe. That keeps the hip flexor active. Then we're going to be here, staying on the toe. We're just going to let the knee go over the toe, keeping it perfectly straight, finding a stretch through here, not arching, not leaning forward. We're going to stay up nice and tall, abs drawn in, on the toe, deep stretch through here, and then we come back. So my rule in working these reps is that I want the hip flexor stretch to be at least a 7 out of 10 intensity. So you want it to be pretty challenging and pretty wow, I'm really working. And over time, as you work these reps, you can start going lower and lower, right? And so with a mounting block, you might have half of this. We're going to use this as an example, but you continue to work it down. Same idea on the toe. Got my knee. I'm going to track straight forward. Abs in, nice and tall. Big stretch on that hip flexor. And so we're really just finding this length, sinking into it, and holding and coming up, right? And we work reps like so, really just building up the ability for that hip flexor to lengthen and the ability for the knee to get strong here. Although there are harder exercises for the knee, this one's mostly for the hip. And then same thing, eventually over, sometimes it takes months. I've seen some people take a year. But over time, you work it until you're able to get down to the floor with consistency, you can 100% get there. But it's just slowly working that down, getting that deep stretch on that back hip flexor. And obviously, you would want to do both sides.